with oil paints, the realistic stuff. So I've been doing that for my whole life. When I was 5 year old, my mama told me that I said to her, I want to become a painter. And she was like, yes, sir. Okay. And they all supported me. So that was really lovely. I finished two academies, and a couple of years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, I got a really important award in New York for this painting here, which kind of rocket launched my career as quite a a painter that sells art, for decent amount of money, and can survive with his own art in Slovenia. So that's that. And I love to give, I love to help people, I love to inspire others, and I love to meet amazing people like all of you guys and girls that we met a couple of weeks ago in Cologne. That was so awesome. So I'm really happy that I'm a part of this group. And yeah, I don't think I ever really connected that well and so deep with a group of people like you are here. I think something clicked also in me to start being more like, okay, let's connect with you beautiful people and create something beautiful together.
Bro, you're
Was
so
that good
beautiful.
enough, Eric?
Bro, you're such a beautiful man. I appreciate you expressing yourself in such an amazing way. And I always say that we're all artists doing like different
Mm.
unique things. And so thank you for
Thank you,
just
Eric.
being you, my bro. Go ahead, Mar,
Nick,
please.
Nick, first of all, I love the way you entered. Beautiful and beautiful energy, beautiful energy. Especially with the sense of I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. It's all fine. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And my interesting question towards you, and which I am curious about, in what it is and the way you answer it, is what do you portray in your art?
Well,
Great question.
yeah, that's a great question. So I had a long period where I was, in a way, chasing the beauty of reawakening and just depicting the magnificence of a human being. And then over the years, I would also have really tough experiences where I would feel a lot of pain and, also suffering and this kind of not so beautiful states, right? So, and I was like, shit, maybe why would I just try and depict all these beautiful things when suffering and pain is also part of our lives? So, and that is when I actually decided to paint this painting, which represents, a man being twisted in this really painful way, and there is a woman under the ice. So it's a toxic relationship because I had a very painful experience. Now, thank God, like 5, 6 years ago, with my previous partner, and it just when I depicted that, I was like, well, that is also part of reality, pain, right? And this painting connected with so much more people than I ever thought it would be possible, with my art. And also, that painting brought me, the career explosion. So, yes. And now I'm just like I'm depicting things that inspire me, but also different um, stories that move me. They can be or painful or beautiful. But creating deep emotions with beauty, I think it's so awesome because it's like as a painter, I need time to create something, but then when somebody else sees this painting, oh, I love you too. Thank you, Brooke. um, and the other person when sees the painting in a second, I would need, I don't know, for this painting I needed like around 3 months to paint, and then someone else steps into the room and sees it right away in a second. So it's so different because like if you're creating music, you always need time, because music, it's all about the time, and when the periods of silence in between the notes, you know, when the visual art, hello everybody, the visual art is more like boom, it hits you right away. So I think it's a very powerful meaning. Yeah, and also the way like Japanese people can come and see this painting and they don't need to speak my language, you know, because the visual language is a universal language. So I think that's a really powerful way that we painters can, you know, communicate with the world. That was a long answer to your short question, Mart.
It was beautiful, beautiful answer, bro.
Thank you.
It was the exact length it needed to be. You conveyed a beautiful message. And through that message, we got to know you even more.
Oh, thanks.
I really like this visual aspect of what we curate in our lives, because I always say that the picture or the mirror in front of us is the painting that we're painting of our life, right? So the canvas is consistently being cultivated as we choose to manifest our greatest desires in the reality of our experience. And so it's like, how are we becoming the artist of consciousness? By really tapping into this deep level of awareness within ourselves so that it manifests and we paint the picture of what we see around us consistently. So I really love this this importance, because this visual connection is what creates that equilibrium in the way that our internal reflects our external. So
that's beautiful. Yeah, and also like as artists, or we can create something that is inside and something that other people cannot see, our thoughts, our emotions, you know, and then you can create something visual or just in material world to express your inner world, and you create it so it's actual a three-dimensional thing, no matter which vehicle you're using to express yourself.
and that's life, you know, like that's the whole profoundness of it for me, is that as a result, that's our every moment of life. It's every day it's a picture, every moment is a picture, every experience, every conversation, every environment, every expression, every lesson is a picture that you choose to paint. And when we become so aware of it, it's like the coolest thing. It's the coolest thing.
And by the way, I really love the art behind you, the creation of Adam. Really cool.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I just got this one too. This is a Bitcoin in the middle, and then it like goes all. So I just got this from the engineering firm.
Nice.
That yeah, it's profoundness. So how we all integrate and grow together. But yeah, this is it's all together. You know, we do it together. So it was made by an engineer. He did it and he built it, and it was the second one that he built or made and gave it to me as a gift. So really, really
Can I
kind.
see it in detail? Can you show us?
Yeah. So there's the Bitcoin.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
looks so good. Yeah, I love the details.
So
And
is
then it
this
goes.
handmade or is
Sorry?
is this handmade?
It's a good question. I didn't ask.
3D
It's not
printer.
no, it's not hand. I mean, it's printed. It's like hard, but it's not handmade. It doesn't look handmade. Or maybe it is. I didn't ask. I was just grateful.
Yeah,
Go
That's
Bitcoin.
beautiful.
Yeah.
very
So
nice.
it's really profound because it really represents the essence of, you know, all of our spirit and how we get to communicate with one another and amplify our intelligence as a result of looking or taking care of each other's wisdom. So
Mm.
we just had an amazing call. So May, Brooke, hi. How's it going, ladies?
It's great. How are you guys? I'm listening. I'm enjoying Nick's beautiful message and sharing. So yeah, just been really inspired this week. So it's like Eric is saying, we're all artists in our own ways, and the creation comes in, and then we develop it in the 3D in different formats. So right now we're working on that summit, and it's coming out really, really beautiful, and it's just a creation for the humanity and different ways we can express ourselves. And I think it's so beautiful. And the whole art aspect of things, I think the whole idea of being able to put in a canvas is really powerful, because right now we're living around indigenous people and they don't really even speak Spanish. We're in Guatemala. And uh like the art and just visualization is just such a powerful way of communicating emotions. So I just feel like it's it's something that needs to be brought to life. Actually, in our summit, we're really planning to bring in cultural artists into the summit the last day. So we're having like DJs and bringing in different types of artistry, which was textile, painting, mass creations with woodwork, and like put them around the event space for a night of like cultural night of creation, where we bring in locals from the outside into the summit. And then the idea is for the participants to present their art, or like their visions to life, to the local audience through this art, or that we're going to be surrounded by. So everything that we do is very expressed through art. This that I'm wearing is built by an indigenous lady in Oaxaca, and just everything is just so important to really express that art and really and really be an advocate for it. So I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I love it. I love it. And I love hearing that you found that breakthrough. It's so powerful. So beautiful. So that's it. Amazing, by the way. And I'm with Brooke right now in Guatemala. We're here together creating.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Brooke. Yeah, no, it's just been beautiful here. We get to be inspired by
Mhm.
the nature, the volcanoes, the lake, the forest every day, and the bugs. And it's been really beautiful for myself. I've been exploring actually like poetry, and then digital art and the creations of everything that we're putting together, and it's just so much fun. And like I even find if I'm putting together like a Word document or a PowerPoint or something, and it's just a blank white background, then I feel so bored and uninspired, so I have to like immediately spice it up and like make it look like something that's inspiring. So yeah, I love just generally everything around you can be a source of inspiration, and I think that's such a beautiful thing if you're intentional about it. So lovely to meet you guys.
Sorry, are you all working for this summit together?
Yeah.
Yes.
So both of you or all of you?
Both of us.
Both of you. Okay.
Jing Hang was at the summit this summer. And Sigitas and Eric have always been there for us. So that's the family right now.
Oh.
We have obviously more youth, but they're not here today.
So what
Yeah.
is the point
So
in
maybe
this?
I was just gonna say, yeah, maybe tell a little bit about kind of the essence of it and what it does and what you're creating and the inspiration and the, like maybe paint the picture a little bit for us all.
Yeah, you want to
Yeah.
go first? You've been writing about it. It's really beautiful.
Sure. So it's interesting because we kind of had we knew we already wanted to create something different, but we were kind of stuck in like the language of it. And we were looking at retreats that were available, and we were feeling like uninspired, and we're like, man, I don't want to create a retreat. And I was just thinking like, what I don't like about all the retreats that I see is that the message is that you're broken and you need to be fixed and you need to be healed. And that work is great, but that's not like Meijing and I's vibe. We're like, next level, let's create, let's take action. And so we decided we want to create, we're calling it a creation portal. And so all of the participants can come in with some sort of idea or an initiative or a business venture that they're ready to take to the next level. And throughout the process of our time together, we can take their individual initiatives to the next level, but then also bring them together in community and to start to create community projects or businesses or whatever they want, whatever they come up with together as a family. And then that's what Meijing was saying, kind of on the final day, the idea is that we take them into the local community, gather them with other, creative individuals, and then they get to share their new vision. So then they can start really speaking it into existence and getting that momentum flowing as they go. So it's really built to take, the individual to the next level and unite the community. And we also want to focus on, sorry, I'm like so excited. I'm like running out of breath. We want to support the local communities that we're in. So we want to create like sponsorships available so that local Latam youth, like 18 to 25, can be participants as well. And so that's what actually from our retreat in July in Portland, there was a young man from Guatemala that came, and now he wants to initiate a water solutions project in Guatemala. And so we have a call about that tomorrow, right? With Eric and Sagitas. And so that's kind of the vision, is we can keep holding these summits, and then these projects can keep coming to life that's really impacting the communities and, eventually creating this global network of people. So that's what we're working towards in May.
Yeah.
Wow, Brooke, thank you for shining. I fucking love that. Like, yeah, let's go.
Let's
This is
go.
the
Thank you.
power. This is the power speaking. It's so awesome to see you in this energy. Like I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I saw you in this energy.
Beautiful.
It's true
I'm so
magic.
excited. I feel on purpose. I feel like what we're doing is so powerful and like has so much potential. And even just like from the last couple months, us being here creating, and it's like Meijing and I have a real power. It's like if we hit a wall and we hit something, it's like we need less than 24 hours, and then like an amazing solution comes to us and we work it out and we work through it. And so it's just like this really easeful forward momentum that we feel happening. So and that's what originally we thought we would do it in January, and we were like, what are we doing? Like, that's a little bit crazy, like even for us. And then we were like, okay, no, May feels really good, and it feels like we can really create something really powerful in that time frame. So we're really adjusting and flowing and doing as everything that, and it feels really good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels very easy. Very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, Meijing, you also look very relaxed, and compared when we were working on the first summit, you're just like flowing. You're like nothing to push, nothing. It seems like it's everything just coming, magnetizing, and it's just amazing to see that.
Yes. It feels so
Thank
easy.
you for sharing.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Did you want to add anything? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, what's that?
I just was asking if you wanted to add anything.
No, I think you got the summary of it. It's exactly it. It's a creation portal. We really wanted to move away from the old paradigm, the old way of doing things. So everything that how we move forward is creating the new. It's away from the old way of doing things. How is it done before? It's not how we want to do it moving forward. It's not our way. It's not any of our ways here. So we thought we were talking with Eric about creating an incubator around the world for youth to really come with their ideas. And incubator just sounds so restricting and so old, so that's why we created this idea of the creation portal. So it's really beautiful, it's really inspiring, and we're just ready to really help humanity heal through all these projects and and through this process. So through these retreats, yeah, we're working through their projects, but we're also working through their internal states. So we take them through a process from the inside out. So when they come out, they're really creating from alignment. So that's the whole idea of these summits. We're really
You know what I
inspired.
really love?
Yeah.
Do you know what I really love? How we are all instead of focusing on what is wrong, we're focusing on what we are learning and what is right and how we can move forward. I believe our predecessors, like, of course, everyone has done their best. We're all doing our best all the time. But we're consistently so projected with these things of like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? You know, what's wrong? Fuck, like, it's so nice to be focused on what's right. Because what's right is always available. And so it's what's wrong. It's just a decision in which we choose to look. So it's refreshing, even more so to now hear more of us having this collective way of communicating. I'm grateful. Beautiful work.
Thank you. You're seeing the process of it all, which is so beautiful. Eric found us almost broken, and we've been glowing more. So it's really beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, we don't work
Teamwork.
so hard. We don't work 24 hours a day. We just work a few hours and we're just flowing. Right now we're gonna go into the market and connect with the community. It's just there's no force, there's no tension.
Ease.
Ease.
And by the way, the ease and grace, it comes by surrendering, right? So this is something that you know, I just learned also with my own experience. You know, right now we're going through a massive shift, and myself and a couple of the brothers, we were having some dissonance in terms of being able to communicate. And we just had the most beautiful call this morning to really connect deeply and really create this space of like equality and balance. And it was amazing to discover that by listening to each other, but also to being super vulnerable. And it took, you know, a couple days for us to refine that, you know. A few of the partners, Sagitas and a couple others, needed to really intervene and communicate separately, one-on-one with each other, and then with to help me and another partner get closer. And it's just like it's so magical to be able to allow yourself the grace of letting go and surrendering the need for control, because this need for control, what I experienced in the past from my own experience, was always about how many times did I show up in the past and I felt that I got taken advantage of. And it was so interesting to recognize these patterns and realize that the profoundness of letting go and surrendering, even though I'm a natural born leader, that I actually don't need to control, and I don't have to control. And so from this place, it starts to create this ability to just trust that what's coming through and surrounding me is our creator all the time. I'm not even going to say our creator, I'm going to say our infinite intelligence, you know, all the time. And so it was beautiful. And to be able to be mirrored by such profound strength that I can actually surrender and know that there's this profound strength around me. This to me is freedom.
Mm.
That reminded me, I had a coaching call with the Tony Robbins. One second, sorry. Sometimes food gets stuck here, so I can't really breathe. But then I have to get more food. It's not logical, but when I swallow it, it goes through. Okay. So I had a call with Tony Robbins, result coaching yesterday, and just as you were talking about it, one thing that was really interesting was she like quoted me and told me to use that as incantations. And it's something really like similar to what you said, so I can really relate to it. But as I said, like the universe works with me, and everything lines up so perfectly. And yeah, it feels like somehow you can connect to the intelligence, like connect to universe when you move as one. And I think of it as momentum, but it really feels amazing.
Mhm.
We discover harmony then. And ultimately, I think it's what we create harmony in ourselves consistently. But yeah, I realize that, this need for control is just an illusion anyways, right? Can't control shit. Just can't. Our mind thinks that we can control it, but it's actually so much more profound to be in that state of awe and uncertainty, and then all of a sudden the universe takes care of you and you're just like, what? It's what was the incantation that she taught you, or he taught you?
So yeah, the first one was the universe works with me, and the second one was everything lines up so perfectly.
Now
And
you
that
got to
was
do
just
it.
yeah.
Now you got to
She
do
told me to repeat them
with your
every day.
full body. The universe. What is it again? The universe lines up
The
with me.
universe works with me. Yes, exactly. Yes,
I just can't see
and
everything.
everything lines up so perfectly.
Yes.
It's crazy. Like, so the coach called me. I didn't even know I had 6 sessions with them. So she called me out of nowhere and said, "Let's book your first session because we're gonna coach you now for 3 months, and it's included in business mastery." So it was great. It was like everything lines up so perfectly. It's
So
great.
when's business mastery for you?
In August,
Nice.
I want to be there in person, so I can feel it, like really feel it. Are you gonna be there?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
Amazing. Anyone else gonna be there?
I don't think so.
Ronald, you're gonna be there, right? Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
As Eric says,
Um,
it's like universe guides us. Kind of feels
yeah.
like if it's meant to be, we're gonna end up there. It's the same like it feels the creative portal needs to happen right now where Beijing and Brook are, and it's just happening by default. We just kind of curated and held all the way. So planning is kind of like not so necessary. Intention maybe is better, like Eric says. I say yes, that's it.
Yeah. You go with the flow. Yes.
Yeah,
Indeed,
definitely.
indeed, indeed.
There's
Yeah,
no
follow the
there's
path.
no planning life right now. Like it's like Eric just said, try to control is we're so in the flow that it's like we try to plan a month from now, it's that's at best.
Yeah, but that's an amazing feeling as well, because like yeah, you just focus on what's important, right?
And that's living in the unknown, because once we know control, it's a complete unknown in the way. So it's a lot of trust in the universe, that universe is us, it's here to, keep us in awe and surprise us and guides us. And it's just so much trust. It's such a liberation of living in flow.
Yeah, that's really amazing.
Jinong, do you want to share a little bit about how things have been since we saw each other last week?
Yeah, first, I'm just so excited to hear, the excitement and the creation in this group. It's so exciting, and I really love Nika. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. My daughter is an artist too, and just your excitement, your happiness, like so inspire me.
Awesome. So much. That means a lot to me. So cool.
Yeah, yeah. And Jacob, good to meet you here. And
Nice to meet you too.
yeah, and Brooke, Mei Jingji and Brooke, I really appreciate you guys creating this. This is always I was like a, kind of a gut feeling. This should be like human beings, right? We tell ourselves our stories. You can say I'm whole and complete and perfect, and just love myself unconditionally, and then really focus on, whatever ability I have. And then create something, in the world, and then actually happiness and fulfillment follows. Or, you can say, hey, it's like I said something wrong, and I need to fix myself, and I can spend my whole life, fixing myself, and it's like there's endless, right? So all these retreats, it's like, yeah, stop that, let's focus on, like I worked for a client, the nonprofit called Ability First. Like they work with people with disability, right? But now let's focus on ability first. It's all about, it's all assumption, and it's all stories. I am already whole and complete, and I'm perfect. Okay, these are the abilities I have, and let me create something. So I really love that. I was, even thinking about how we create our, global village, healing centers, and eventually I said, that's during the week I was listening to the sages and the scientists symposium, and all these inspiration. I get it. It's like we're not going to call healing center as if we needed to heal. No, we are already whole and complete. We should create like a peak living center, something like that. Full potential. Something like that. I love this creation portal. I think it's awesome. And then also I'm just so grateful, like Brooke and Mei Jingji, you two like are such a great partner. I know you kind of complimentary, Mei Jingji is more like a visionary, let's do it. And uh, Brooke Ji, you are more like, okay, let's think through this and think through that. And you always see things that, Mei Jing don't see. And now like you're cross-pollinating, you're learning from each other, I saw Brooke become so excited and so much of, articulating the visionary, articulating the visions so well. And so and Mei Jing seems more cooling down, letting letting the breeze flow. So I'm just so happy to see all of these. So I'm very, very grateful for this group, and also to update you, we have been since last youth festival. The youth, we came together and we had this vision of creating some sustainable living centers where, as a community, we live, and then also eventually partner with other community, other living centers, like-minded places, and we can travel and host events with each other. And that vision we have been discussing and getting clarity, and so continuing this thinking. And then I think this vision of a creation portal, coming together, giving us more and more clarity. And so we're continuing doing this and sharing, and we have this meetings every Friday at 8 o'clock Central Time. So I want to invite everybody here. I will share the meeting link in this group, and we hope for anybody can join us, and we'll continue to create. Find a space and find a time and effort and funding and get some a place, a physical place started where we can live, according to our ideals with permaculture, sustainable living, and then a community, meditating and yoga, every morning, and then share and support each other and fulfill dreams together as a community. And this is totally aligned with the creation portal. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you. So I'm curious because have you looked into partners that are already doing it?
We had one partner. We actually had a conversation with them called the Global Glamping, the company's name, and we had a meeting. Yeah, they have some places already. However, looks like they are more focused on creating the places and then renting out, like Airbnb, renting out, and they once in a while some people rent them for events as well. But not much focus on like a sustainable living, like that. But we can continue to talk to them. But if you have anybody who's more aligned with us, with both the sustainable living part and the spiritual community part.
I would first encourage you, before I introduce you, to do some research.
Mm-hmm.
So to do a little bit more research, because it sounds like you still need to get a little bit more clear.
Yes.
And because if you do some research and you see that there's a lot of things that may fall in line with what you're sharing, you'd be surprised by, once you get down the rabbit hole, how that world becomes very close. So, and then all of a sudden, who knows? You never know. It's all the quality of our relationships is based off the quality of our questions. So the world becomes very, very small the deeper and the more research we do. So I encourage you to get a little bit more curious and do a little bit more research, and then who knows? Maybe there's a way we could support you, but like making sure that you get clear first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely research helps. Like I was, we were thinking of creating a platform where, there's a website and people can go find the locations and book retreats, and then Brooke actually find something like called a bookretreat.com. It's like, oh, it's already there, So yeah, definitely, we'll continue to do research. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and if you have any resources, you can share. It's like you shared the eagle's nest, and I took a look, like, whoa, this is wonderful. We can do events there.
Yeah, and when you do an event at these places and you start with one or another, it sounds like taking the time to go there and get curious, kind of like Brooke and Meijing are doing. It will then cultivate more meaningful relationships. So
yes,
because there's one thing about saying that we want to do something, and then there's one thing actually doing it. There's a whole different level of actual knowledge versus wisdom.
yes,
right? And that wisdom is applied.
yes.
So it's very important that we integrate that, and those things are shown to us by taking the actions.
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody else want to share a little bit about Mart, Tennessee? Anyone?
I would just also like to say hi to Nick. I haven't met him before. It's really
Oh,
cool
sorry,
to hear
Siggy.
your
My
story.
apologies.
It's really amazing to hear your story, man, and how you made it. You fucking made it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's quite incredible. And also, there is always the next level and next goals. And also, one of my bigger goals is to become a platinum, because not just, for the opportunity, it's actually more who I will become, being able to create so much wealth and time and energy to be able to become platinum. So, and I kind of tried to already go in, even though like 3 weeks ago I didn't have the financing done on that spot. But I was like, shit, okay. I started looking at myself and going, okay, so Nick from the past, was I actually living in the way that I would be able to be a platinum? And I was like, shit, no, I was not really, my actions were not aligned with the whole vision. And I was like, okay, so here is your result. So you're not able to be a platinum right now. So how do I need to act and be and behave and, feel and connect to be able to be a platinum partner? And I was like, man, oh, sorry, that's the Slovenian word, but it's like, wow, okay, that's a total next level. So, and I'm starting now with myself and creating this, even though I have no idea how I'll do it. But yeah, getting there.
Yeah, like
So I need
when Dyer is saying if in art manifestation, we have to become it. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
nothing that's
exactly.
gonna come to us. We have to become it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you need to know that by so when I did Plat, I jumped into it, bro, in 2019, with only enough money that I had for the down payment. So I had to pay $25,000 down, and it's all I had. And I was like, I'm doing it. And it was the bro, I literally went through a period. So Scott put his hand on my heart. It was like, what do you feel? Because I was terrified.
Yeah.
Because all my life, money was more important than me.
Mm. Oh my God, no. Yeah, because
So
I
that the most profound discovery that I had, bro, was recognizing that I am way more valuable than money.
shit.
So Eric, what do you think? What were the values that? Sorry, what was the return investment that you got from becoming a
Sorry,
partner?
hold on.
Uh,
If hold on a second, let me finish because that's you're getting into your mind right away, and you're not allowing what's coming through to come through. So you're already focused on the return of investment versus
No,
focusing
I'm
on
just
what
asking. No,
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish.
sorry.
You're
Sorry.
already focused on the return on investment versus focusing on what I just said. What did I just
But
say?
that's what you. Well,
Hold on. What
I
did
know
I
what
just
you
say?
said, but that is a return on investment, isn't it?
So,
Like you
so
you got that realization. It doesn't mean it has to be a physical thing that you got it. You get
so what did I
value
say?
for who you become, for example, and stuff. So,
Thank you.
but
So there we go. So then why does the question of what's the return on investment come to your mind right away?
I was just thinking because I did think about as well of, you know, if that's a goal I could have as well or should have. Once I sell my house, then, you know, I have some money to invest in things like that. So I just thought, you know, I have been contemplating the idea of something like that, you know, just to see, you know, to bring me to the next level. So that's why I've been asking, but obviously, you know, like I'm considering many, like the options I'll have. So that's one of them. And I just wanted to, sometimes we think something is going to be amazing and it's okay, you know, and sometimes you just, something really is worth every bit of investment that you make, you know. It's an investment in yourself, obviously, first of all, but so I'm just, you know, like that's why I was just thinking, you know, because in that scenario I need to think with my head because I will need to decide where I'm going to put the money, right? That's the
Where
but
where do you guys think that Tennessee is right now? Is she in her head or in her heart?
Your head.
I know I'm in my head, but I just told you if this is like I'm gonna have to make practical decisions with the money. So because I'm just gonna, I have no idea about actual financial investments. That's an area that I'm really not good at. And it's not like I'm gonna have a crazy amount of money because unfortunately I have to share with my ex. But you know, and I was just thinking, what can I build now that will allow me, you know, not to have to, as you said, to be more worthy than money, that kind of stuff, you know. And so in that's why I'm in my head because I was thinking about it even before the call, and then you guys went on the topic, and I just thought I would ask your feedback. I suppose your feedback in general, you know, from where you were to where you are now. You know, your feedback on investing in this, and you know, for us, since you have that experience, I know there's Rona, this is Platt. I know some other guys are too. So, but I just thought, you know, since you're in the topic, I'd ask because I was already thinking. And I know I'm in my head. I know that. I know, Eric. Don't judge me, please. But yeah, no. Anyway, so that's why I was saying you don't have to answer, by the way. But it's just yeah.
I was gonna
It's
answer,
just
but you
about
keep talking. I was gonna answer, but you keep talking. So this was what I was doing the whole time. Now I'm listening. So I can't express, I can't speak when somebody is speaking. This is the thing, is that we're so stuck in our heads that we actually don't listen. Because I was going through the whole process and you chose to allow your head express itself versus really staying in the heart of listening. And how often do we do this in life? Where we choose to focus on the thought that comes rather than really being present to what's happening in our experience that's actually manifesting itself right in front of us for the reason that we actually want to pay attention to. And we choose not to listen to that because we're so stuck in a story versus the present. This happens in all of our lives. Mine, it happened thousands of times. But we want to express ourselves so fast because we got to say something, so we have to. It's like so many of us. How many of us have actually decided that, hey, instead of like needing to say, we can see what's going to come to us and allowing that flow of life to come through, and then trusting. And this was what Platinum did for me. It allowed me to understand that I get to realize that the wisdom of our infinite intelligence and having access to that is what's going to allow us to come through. and it becomes way more precious because energy is everything. And so if we believe that there's a way more value in the world than money because we've been conditioned by the external capacity of what money is versus what we are of value internally, then we'll start to ask better questions. And I started asking myself better questions. I started asking myself, what does it mean? What does money mean? What does my life mean? Am I valuable more than something that is external, that's been created by another human being? Interesting. So if I choose to make my life more valuable and I invest into something because there's a facade of meaning of what the money means, and we get more curious of what money actually is, then we'll start to discover that there is a way bigger value versus price in our existence. And then we start to discover, wow, I recognized, oh my goodness, I didn't know that the whole time in my life, everyone was telling me that money is the root of all evil, you know, all these negative things. And I realized, oh my goodness, what if I take all of that bullshit and I just start recognizing what's the thought process behind all of it? What's the stories that have been told? What's the paradigms? What's the understanding? And they start recognizing that, hold on, I need to focus on what's most valuable inside of me. And as a result of trusting, because there's this model of what's possible that my teacher is showing up as. And as a result, if I choose to model someone that is living at those outstanding levels of standards, then and I walk the path that has taken decades for him and learn from him in days compared to, even if you say 47 years that he's taken to the 5 years that has transformed my life, the last 5 years, I'm in fucking like a whole different level of awareness and conviction and devotion and certainty. So to me, there's no fucking number. It doesn't exist. It doesn't fucking exist. What exists is this spirit, is this soul, is this knowing. And from that place, everything is fucking possible. So if we focus on recognizing the patterns of our cognitive function, of our emotional intelligence, and then using that fitness, that emotional fitness into a physiology to create change, fuck, we become priceless. All of us. And those are the tools that I learned from beautiful Tony and others, but he gave me the breakthrough.
That was fucking deep, man. This was awesome. It's just like, first it was, you know, money is not more valuable than me. I'm more valuable than money. It was like smack my whole like early adulthood and then becoming a man and earning my own money. If I didn't earn enough money, I would see myself as a failure and not good enough and not worthy. And also, I attracted a woman that showed me also how I wasn't worthy because I didn't have money to buy her a yacht and the Ferrari and whatever, you know. So, and just like, I still feel some of this stuff is in my roots that I need to get out. and just like these 2 sentences, man, they just like grabbed inside. We're like, let's get out, you know, changing this pattern, this belief, this limiting belief that I was like, shit, I still have it in me, because when I was on the UPW, I was like, fuck yeah, let's do this. I came back home and I was all alone at home and I was like, shit, what now? What do I do now? Oh, the demons coming back. Hello, darkness, my old friend, So it was quite fascinating to start being in conversation with my old self, So yeah, I'm really glad that I joined the conversation here. Thank you for the valuable insights or whatever you call this. It's amazing.
I love you, brother. Thank you for listening. I'm super grateful to you all for taking the time. It's so blessed to be able to share, these experiences. And there's such a level of depth that we can get to always, and deeper as we grow. I have to run because I do have another meeting with our new CFO and our advisors. But I am grateful for this time and energy, all of you. I really value, and my suggestion to everybody is to just trust. You have everything, and you are the most precious resource on this planet. You, inside you. Trust it. I love you.
I love you too. I love you.
guys.
I love
Mwah.
love
you.
you.
Thank you.
Love you all. Hope to see you
Thank you.
again.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
wonderful